Manchester City just made a move that raised a lot of eyebrows. They've brought back one of their own, James Trafford. And if you know City's transfer history, you'll understand how unusual this is. This is a club that rarely ever re-signs players they've let go. So why now? Why Trafford? Today, we're breaking it all down. This is why Manchester City signed James Trafford again. Let's start with the obvious. Why would a club with top-tier goalkeepers like Ederson and Ortega spend nearly 27 million euros to re-sign a player they sold just 2 seasons ago? Well, the answer lies in something City has mastered better than almost any other club in the world: future-proofing. In modern football, being great isn't enough. You've got to be 2 steps ahead always. The role of the goalkeeper has evolved. They're not just there to stop shots anymore. They start attacks. They read space. They control the rhythm of play. A world-class goalkeeper today is more like a deep-line playmaker with gloves on. Think of Thibaut Courtois in Madrid's 2022 Champions League run, or Ederson, whose calmness under pressure helped City lift their first Champions League in Istanbul. Trophies are being won and lost by what your keeper can do with the ball at his feet. So when Ederson went down with an injury last season, all eyes turned to Ortega. He started strong, but couldn't sustain the level. City's intricate system, their rhythm, it took a hit. That exposed something Pep and his team don't like to see: a weakness. They needed a plan B. Enter James Trafford. Trafford began his footballing life not as a keeper, but as a midfielder at Carlisle United. At 12, he joined City's academy, and over the years, built a reputation as a sensational shot stopper. But it was his lone spell at Bolton Wanderers in 2021 that really made people take notice. He made history, clean sheets in his first 4 matches, a club record. Then he went even further, setting another record for the most consecutive clean sheets at home. By 2023, he had 26 clean sheets, was named Bolton's Young Player of the Year, and made the PFA Team of the Year. Oh, and he also lifted the EFL trophy. City offered him a long-term deal, but Burnley came knocking and offered a big chance to play regularly. Burnley signed him for an initial €15 million, which later rose to €19 million. That made Trafford the 3rd most expensive British goalkeeper of all time. But he didn't just live up to the fee, he smashed expectations. In the 2024-25 championship season, Trafford played 45 games, kept 29 clean sheets, and equaled the all-time English football record. At one point, he went 1,000 minutes without conceding a goal, 12 straight clean sheets. Burnley conceded just 16 goals all season, and Trafford was at the heart of it. Then came January 2025. 2 penalty saves in a single game against Sunderland. A 10-save performance against Brighton. He was named Man of the Match, won the Golden Glove, and was selected in the Team of the Season. He was key to Burnley's return to the Premier League at just 22 years old. And that's when Newcastle came knocking with a £27 million bid. Faced with the possibility of losing Trafford to a Premier League rival, City acted. They didn't trigger a buyback clause. They simply matched the offer and brought him back. Not as a gamble, but as a calculated investment. Ederson is now 32 and in the final year of his contract. Rumors are swirling, linking him to Turkey. Ortega? He's also getting interest. City aren't waiting for things to collapse. They're preparing. Instead of spending €80 million on a big-name keeper, they've re-signed a player they raised themselves. And here's the kicker. Trafford isn't just shining domestically. He's dominating on the international stage too. At the 2023 UEFA U21 Euros, he didn't concede a single goal in 6 matches, the first to ever do so. He saved a last-minute penalty in the final against Spain. That was the moment City knew. This guy isn't just promising, he's ready. But here's the big question, the one that matters more than any stat clean sheet or highlight reel. Can James Trafford handle the pressure that comes with being part of Manchester City? The short answer? Absolutely. This isn't just a talented young keeper we're talking about. Trafford is someone who spent 8 formative years at City. He grew up in their system. He knows the demands, the culture, and the expectations better than most outsiders ever could. He's trained under Pep Guardiola, lived through the club's relentless intensity, and absorbed the intricacies of a footballing philosophy that demands near perfection every time you step on the pitch. That kind of education can't be bought. It's earned through years of quiet dedication behind the scenes. And when you consider what he's done on the international stage, especially with the England under-21s, you start to see the bigger picture. He kept his cool through penalty shootouts. He didn't concede a single goal in the entire UEFA U21 Euros. Finals, pressure, history on the line, and he stood tall, calm, and composed. So no, this isn't a signing that needs time to adapt. There's no steep learning curve here. He's already City ready. But perhaps the most powerful part of this whole story? He chose Manchester City. Newcastle made a serious offer, and let's be honest, at St. James Park, Trafford likely walks into the starting XI. But he said no. He chose the harder path, the more competitive path, the path that meant going back home, not just to play, but to earn. And in a football world where loyalty is rare and short-term gain often trumps long-term growth, Trafford's decision says everything. At just 22 years old, he's showing a level of maturity that's way beyond his years. Of course, it won't be easy. He's walking into a locker room that already has Ederson, a modern legend, and Ortega, a more than capable backup. But Trafford's never been one to back down from a challenge. He didn't blink when he made history at Bolton. He didn't crumble under the weight of expectations at Burnley, even when the stakes were sky high. 12 consecutive clean sheets? That's not just form, that's focus, discipline, and mental steel. This is someone who's been tested, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and come through stronger every time. And that's exactly why City fans should be excited. This isn't just a move to cover for an aging Ederson or prepare for a transfer window surprise. This is a strategic investment in a future leader. Someone who understands the club, bleeds the philosophy, and has already proven he can thrive under pressure. City isn't scrambling. They're planning. They're building the next great team, not just for this season, but for the next 5-10 years. Trafford may not be thrown into the spotlight right away. He might have to wait, watch, and learn. But when his moment comes, he'll be ready. Because that's the thing with James Trafford. He's not just another young talent. He's the future, patiently waiting in the shadows, sharpening his tools, getting ready to lead. And one day soon, when the lights are brightest and the pressure is highest, City might not have to spend a fortune chasing the next big goalkeeper. They'll already have him, waiting, prepared, and ready to dominate. So what do you think? Did City make the right call? Is Trafford ready to take the reins? Or is his big moment still a season or two away? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story like this one. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay sharp. James Trafford isn't just another signing. He's a symbol of Manchester City's long-term vision, a club that doesn't just buy success, but builds it from within. They let him go, watched him grow, and brought him back when he was ready. Not just to play a role, but to eventually take on a legacy. At just 22, Trafford has already shown the maturity, the mentality, and the match-winning quality that City demands. He may not start every week right away, but don't be surprised if, in a season or two, he becomes the backbone of a new era at the Etihad. Because this isn't just about saving goals, it's about saving the future. And City may have just secured theirs.